Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you a moment about masks. I've actually wanted to make a post for a month or two, but I'm glad that I waited because a few months ago, when I would go out in public, even if it was just to the dollar store, I would spray the front of my mask with thieves, okay? Well, you know, it's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, all the anti-good stuff. And I also would spray it after I used it, when I was through running errands. And then I always would place this in my car for the heat to help kill the germs as well. I want to give you one tip also, that the folds are supposed to go down on your mask. Even if you spread it apart, folds are supposed to go down. So what happened different from last month and the month before is I had my eyes checked. And I was required while I was there for 2.5 hours to wear gloves and to wear one of their masks. And I would say a week before that, when I was wearing this mask and I wore it for the first time for about an hour, I ended up with a bad headache. And I came home and I told Scott. And headaches and me just don't get along because if I don't stop a headache pretty quickly, then it goes into something major. So I had already had that one experience that was bad. And then, like I said, last week when I had my eyes checked, I had to wear a mask for 2.5 hours. So I want to give you suggestions. Of course, you're going to put this behind you. But on the outside of your mask, if you're having problems breathing, okay, this is breathe away. Excuse me, breathe again. There are 3 or 4 eucalyptuses in here, and you're just gonna make a dot on the outside or make a line on the outside of your mask. Raven came in your kit. It is a respiratory oil. You can diffuse this. I just prefer and love Breathe Again. So a drop of eucalyptus on the outside. It is better than putting it topically or putting it on the inside so that you don't get that in your eyes. Okay? So the next thing is, besides breathing, so if you're stuffy, you want to put a respiratory oil. What the problem that I was having is I was talking to the doctor and my blood pressure was a little bit elevated, and I told him my blood pressure normally is not high. I'm stressing out about this stupid mask. And you know, his reply was the moment he's through with patients, he pulls his off. So I told him that I used essential oils to calm me. I had just forgotten them. So the ones that come in your kit, Peace and Calming. You guys know that's one of my very most favorite in the whole world. I'll usually put this on my hand to calm me down, okay? And you can still do that if you're going into a hospital setting or somewhere, you know, that you're gonna have to wear the mask for a long time. So you can put it on your hands and breathe deeply, but you can also put it on the outside of your mask. So Peace and Calming would be one of my favorite choices. Also in your kit is Stress Away. Stress Away smells a lot lighter. It has a lime base, copaiba, lots of good stuff. Valor is kind of purple smelling. The purple bottles smell earthy. They are grounding oils. They are good for calmants, okay? So any of those would be my top choices, and then any of you guys that have Tranquil. So all of those are calmants. Lavender would be good. So my suggestion is to put a calmant oil, you know, 1 or 2 drops. You're not gonna need a lot. And then when this is straight up against your nose, you're going to breathe that for that hour or two. My next suggestion, and the reason that I was talking about respiratory oils, is you will get a headache if you breathe your breath over and over and over. You're breathing carbon dioxide. This is what you've got to do, is suck in through your nose and breathe out. And I know that's goofy for me to show you that, but I'm talking about from experience when I had to wear my mask for an hour. So if you've got a calming oil, it's going to help you breathe in and out. And even though I didn't have any oils, I did that for a while, and it did help somewhat. But again, my blood pressure was probably 10 points higher on the lower and the top number because I was having some anxiety from this stupid mask. So my suggestions: number one, wear the little folds down. Put your oils on the outside. You can also start out by putting some behind your neck where your brainstem area is, or on your wrist. Definitely though, the most important place to put it would be on your mask. And my last tip is that if you have got children, again, there's the flaps, tie their little mask. Kylan has not worn her mask, nor Nathan or Barrett, outside of the house. Kylan pretends that she is a vet with this mask. But if we ever had to go in a situation, with thousands and thousands of people, I might consider her wearing this. So that is it. Those are my tips, and I hope that any of you that have doctor's appointments, that you are required to wear these for long periods of time, that you'll grab an oil, a Comet. Bye.